Hey there, Caroline. All right, so I really like what you're doing here. Okay, so let's listen to this and make a couple adjustments. So first of all, if we're doing this for the DuPage Symphony Orchestra, let's look up what a flute range is really quick. Flute range on staff. Images. See if there's any images here. Okay, so that's okay range of instruments. Flute. So they say middle C, and then you can go way above the staff. Okay, so let's go back here. So you have a couple notes that are below middle C here. So what I would recommend for this part, I like the flute sound, so I wouldn't necessarily change the instrument, but what I would do is I would hold on Shift, click there, so it highlights everything, and bump it up an octave. Let's click 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, now another option is if you don't like it that high and you want it lower and darker, which I think you are going for, the viola is a fairly darker, richer instrument than the violin, and also then the flute too. So you could change this to be a viola. Go to viola solo right there. Okay, now we have to bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the viola can handle that range. The flute can't handle that lower range that you had. So check this out. I actually kind of like it in the viola. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, now the cello. So for the DuPage Symphony Orchestra, let's see here. I'm looking. We've got flute, oboe, bassoon, violin, viola, and bass. Okay, so I think we could put this. We don't have cello, but we could do the bass, or you could do the bassoon. If it was the bass, watch what's going to happen. Just as a little heads up. Click here, change it to bass. Okay, see how it pops it up the octave? That's because when the bass plays notes on the staff, it actually sounds an octave lower. So look at it's going to sound just the same, even though it looks higher on the staff. Interesting, right? Okay. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. Now here, look at this. So here we have a problem because look how high that is above the staff. So what you could do there is, let's see, we could just, here's a simple fix. Okay, grab that guy, hit Control X, and we're going to paste it in the violin. I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, look at that. Okay, now let's double check the violin range. Violin range. Okay. Violin. Oh, my computer is getting very slow. Time to plug it in. Okay, so this is the lowest note for the violin is a G. Okay, so let's go with this now. Get out of there. Okay, right now you have a low A and there's a low G, so that's okay so far as long as it doesn't go below that. Which right here you do go below it, so it might be better. Or what you could do here, I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I would maybe consider taking this part out of the violin, cut, paste it up, Control V in the viola. That'll be able to be, that range will be able to be handled better there, okay? And then checking this part here, I think you're okay. Although it gets, that is a what, that's a G, that's okay. Okay, then you've got here, this is the viola, kind of getting low there, so let's go bump this thing. Okay, so we got the, what do we do up here? Yeah, I would bump this up. I would, sorry, I'm just kind of, it's getting very, very late for me. Oh boy. Okay, hold on, Shift. See how I did that? I just click the first part, find the last part, hold on, Shift, click it. Now we're going to bump it up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, got the double bass doing that part. This part right here, we're going to move down. Because remember, that's really off, it's really high off the staff. So it's better to put that one in the violin. Okay. Alright. Okay, we might have to adjust this note here because that's lower than a G. What did we do earlier with that one? I think we did. Oh boy, now I'm getting a little bit confused. Okay, so we're just trying to make this all work. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna stop real quick. This rhythm, dun, ticka da dun. We're gonna add this guy like this, make him tied over to a. Let's see, can we make it a die? Tied like that. Don't worry about why I did that. It just looks better for notation wise. But don't worry about that. I'll just fix that. Okay. All right. So here we go. Okay, I'm gonna pause something really quick. I'm gonna adjust this. The violin should be at the top, the viola should be in the middle, and the double bass should be at the bottom. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take that rhythm that I fixed, paste it. Question for you: do you want to make this one so short like that? Part of me wants it to be a little bit longer, like a half note. Another idea is that you take this and have maybe the double bass play it also, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down the octave like that. Okay, cool. And you also could do, so that's the note C. You can be like, if you want to use something that sounds a little bit more sorrowful, use an A and make a little ostinato over that. What's if you did copy that, paste it, a whole bunch. I don't know if you like this or not. I don't know. You can paste it right here again, you know. Or you can change the notes around. Right? Depends on what you're trying to express there. Okay, so that's just an idea. So maybe you can just to fill out the instrumentation so that it's more of a working piece, you know, a piece that works together instead of just this section being a solo. And then you go here. Okay, I would say you could actually um, you could possibly end it right here if you wanted to. I don't know that you need to go back here unless you have a real specific purpose for it. But that would give it kind of an ABA form, right? Um, okay, so I was going to make a couple of changes. Let me go ahead and click. I actually am going to just, well, I'm going to click Save As so it doesn't mess up what you have. Don't worry about that rhythm that I changed. I'll go in there and change it at the last minute, so you don't have to worry about trying to recreate that unless you really, really want to. Okay, but yeah, I really like this a lot, and apologize if I'm not speaking clearly. I'm very, very tired. But yeah, I'll change this rhythm. But I think you could do an ABA pattern. Right? Then you have this middle section. If you want to do like an ostinato, don't necessarily copy just that one. Come up with your own, and you can have the violin do it, and you can put this part in both the viola and the double bass. And then, do this part, and then go back to your which is just a great melody. It kind of reminds me of a video game, actually, that I used to play when I was young. I don't know if it reminds me of Zelda or not. I don't know. And then you could, like I said, you can end it right here, I think, unless you really want to go back to this section here. That's up to you. I'll leave that up to you, okay? All these are just suggestions. I click Save As, so it doesn't actually change your copy. It just saves it into my account. But I would go ahead and make these changes as you like them. And yeah, we'll see what your mentor says as well, okay? All right, good work, Caroline. Proud of you. Keep it up.